There are actually 7 primary seasons of a leader's life. And that's what we're looking at in the book called Seasons. The first is your foundation. Your foundation stage, or your foundation season, is when you're 0 to 10. And as a little child, your foundation years are very important for building values. This part, when I talk about the foundation, I talk a lot to parents, because parents need to understand what they're doing with their kids. Those are extremely important years in formation of values. But I also talk to adults where I say, look, maybe you're struggling in your life because these values were not shaped in your life early on. And today you're going to find it very difficult to succeed in a sustainable way. And so it's actually possible to go back and repair the foundations if you find that they're cracked. So that's kind of the thinking there. And the idea there is that you need to be building values. There's so many people today who have no value foundation. For them, it's success at all costs. They make shortcuts. I was just talking to a friend of mine on the phone just a couple of minutes ago, and he was talking about a person who got a really lucrative contract, a friend of ours who got a really lucrative contract with a multinational company. And it was earning a lot of money. Every week, every month, he was being paid money to provide certain services. The contract was so good, it would have been something that would have gone on for years. But this person, of course, began to hustle around that contract and find ways to earn a little extra, overcharge for this, do a little tender on the side, on the same money that you're being paid for. And when this multinational found out, they actually fired the person. So he made some quick wins, and he's driving a nice car, looks really good. But they missed an opportunity to build value that would have actually been value for their children and their children's children. So this values foundation, it's a significant one. It's actually affecting our leadership. It's affecting our nation, because many of our leaders really do not have a solid values foundation. How do you go back and repair that foundation? So that's stage number 1. Season number 2 is a season of education. And season of education starts from around the year 11, goes all the way to 25. Most parents at this stage, and most people, would focus on academics as the key primary driver. In fact, even in the first season of foundation, many people think getting to the right school, getting the right grades, that's what's really important. I'm not saying that they're not good, but the real important task for this stage is actually forming positive friendships. When you form positive friendships, you learn, first of all, how to work with people. You learn how to work with the right people. You learn how to create friendships that add value, that have commitment to you. Many people in this season, because of the focus on books by their parents, because many parents leave their kids to just grow up like weeds in this season, as they're teenagers, they can do what they want. They don't learn this thing, and it's a huge thing in the workplace today. It's called emotional intelligence. And I think one of the things I've come to understand is, even as an employer myself, many people, you don't rise up the career ranks, at least not in today's economy, because of the papers you put on the table. I mean, this is a market full of people with papers, academic qualifications. What really sets you apart is your emotional intelligence, the ability to have people work well with you and work well for you. And I think that's one of those things that is a huge value to learn in those years of education. So we'll talk a bit more about how you learn, how you deal with positive friendships. Season 3, the third one, is we call it the preparation season. Preparation season is from year 25 to about year 35. Now, that's an important season. Most people, their focus at that point will be thinking, how can I get a good job, something that pays me well, drive a fast car, have the nicest gadgets, look, it's all about the image. That's what we're looking for. We're trying to get rich quickly. That's a mistake. The real focus in your years of preparation should actually be discovering your life purpose. When you discover your purpose, it helps you understand what you should put energy into. It helps you understand what you should say no to, because too many people are driven today by opportunity. You're always running after this opportunity, that opportunity, and then you find yourself waking up. We've got a crisis today. It's called a quarter-life crisis. You get to 30 and you're completely disillusioned by life because things aren't working the way they should. You followed this one ladder, you realize it was leaning. You climbed the ladder, you realize it was leaning against the wrong wall. And you're thinking, I can't come back all the way down. So I always counsel people, when you finish your school, when you graduate from school, focus on discovering purpose, following and pursuing purpose. We'll talk a bit more about what that is and how to pursue that. The fourth stage is the production stage. Now, production stage from 35 to about 45, when you discover your purpose, you start to think about the solutions that you're uniquely created to bring on this earth. Now, production stage is when you develop that solution by creating an institution, an organization, a foundation, whatever it is. You create a vehicle to bring that solution to the planet. And that's a year when you build. It's a year of hard work. It's a year of actually focusing. It's a year of putting aside many other distractions and focusing on creating a solution that will actually add maximum value to the people of this planet. And when you know that, then you're able to put your head down and to say no to many other things that will come your way and actually achieve that. And so again, that's a really important stage for people, as you can imagine. The fifth stage, after spending that time, you move into your 45s, going on to 55. And here we talk about the propagation stage. What's propagation? Propagation is when you've built your solution and now you want to spread that solution. You want to take it out of your borders. You know, when the book of Genesis, which is a biblical book that talks about how God created the earth. When God created human beings, he says you should multiply and fill the earth and subdue it. Be fruitful, multiply, fill the earth. This stage is when you now start to multiply. You've been fruitful, you've created a solution, and now you're multiplying it. And you're creating that solution and scaling the solution. So that stage is really about scaling, and it's the fifth important stage. The sixth stage is when we move into what we call the representation stage. So you move out of scaling and now you start to represent. Representing means that now you become the face of this solution. This is when you become a statesperson. You're able to represent the many other people you've raised who are actually carrying out this solution in your wake. And again, right now it might sound arbitrary, especially if you're a younger leader, but a season must come when you step out of actually actively leading the thing that you started, allow the people you've been raising to lead it, and now start representing it. If you're a politician, this is when you become a statesman. You travel around the continent like Nelson Mandela, and you represent the whole continent, not just your country and its issues. Most political leaders who don't understand this end up becoming president for life. Let me just put that out there. And it's easy to criticize politicians, but I know pastors for life, I know CEOs for life, I know fathers for life, I know people who frustrated the leaders under them because they didn't understand that there's another season that comes after that. The final stage is called the stage of reflection or reflection season, and that's 65 and above. And this is a stage when your greatest impact will not come out of your effort, but will come out of your wisdom. And that's when you position yourself to be in a place where younger leaders will be drawing in from your wisdom. You'll be able to shape the culture and the direction of your industry or whatever it is that you're called to give leadership to, just through your wisdom and through mentoring and through caring for others. Now, in the book Seasons, we actually walk through each of these. We talk about what the task should be, but then we also talk about the hindrances that keep most people from understanding that task or achieving it. And then we talk about how to overcome those hindrances so that you become the focused leader that you were created to be. So I hope you enjoyed, and I look forward to just hearing your feedback, your comments, your thoughts as we walk this journey. Leave me some comments after this video. Let me know what you think.